Good day to you guys on Hive. What's going on, guys? I want to dive right into this. This is going to be a talk about my case study that I did a couple of months ago. It's about the HBD savings delegation feature. And I feel we kind of, I want to shine some light on top of this again on this topic. So what I'm gonna do is in case you guys are too tired to read about it, I wanna talk about it. So let me get this article in front of us. As you can see, it's a pretty long read. It's 6,000 words long, 31-minute read if you're a fast reader. All right, so let's just get into it. The case study is about HBD savings delegation. This case study is about the theoretical feature to delegate the Hive-backed dollars saving rewards from one account to another. I'll explain why this could be a great deal for Hive's ecosystem in depth, and that this implementation could potentially attract new long-term investors. And besides attracting investors, this theoretical feature could also be a groundbreaking way to open up ways to incentivize the use of HBD in general, while locking up value in Hive's ecosystem, as well as introducing DeFi solutions which is unseen in the traditional finance system. After reading this case study, you'll get a good idea what this feature is all about. And by any means, this is not financial advice or whatever, so disclaimer implemented. Let's go. The table of contents. So let's skip all this. So we have some information about the Hive tokens, which is very useful to be able to understand and get a good idea on what the Hive ecosystem is all about. So let's go through this in case you haven't heard about Hive at all. So Hive tokens. First we have Hive. Hive is the native cryptocurrency of the Hive blockchain. It's also the governance token. Hive can be used as a form of payment and as a store of value, and Hive can be exchanged for other cryptocurrencies. While Hive can be swapped for Hive power, which will give you influence in the Hive network. So what is Hive power? Hive power represents a stake in the Hive blockchain. Users can only receive Hive power when they lock Hive, or get rewarded in Hive power by making contributions to the network, which is basically mostly done by engaging with others and showing your best self to other people. Hive power allows users to have a say in the governance of the blockchain, and users can earn more rewards for participating in the network. Potentially, right? When you lock Hive, you also receive resource credits, which makes it possible for users to make transactions on the blockchain, like blogging, commenting, voting, delegating, trading, sending tokens, and such other things. So that's Hive and converted Hive, which equals Hive power. Then you have Hive-backed dollars. Hive-backed dollars are, it is a stable coin that is pegged to the value of the US dollar currently, right? So HBD can be used as a store of value as well. It can also be used to purchase goods and services from worldwide merchants that accept HBD, such as people in Sucre and in Venezuela. And in Ghana, I think, as well. Users can also stake HBD to mint more HBD. So what does that mean? Minting more HBD. It's basically like a deposit system where you can mine more HBD when you lock up more HBD. There are 4 ways to acquire and to mint new and to receive HBDs. Through your posting rewards, if the haircut of Hive is not active, people, authors, users, they can receive 50% of the rewards whenever you post something and get rewarded for it by other community members. So 50% of those rewards are converted to HBD. I'm excluding the 100% Hive power and 100% liquid payout options because those are not built in the core code of Hive. Never mind. Through conversions, You can also convert Hive tokens at a fixed exchange rate directly in a wallet. I won't go too deep into this, but there is a 5% fee that you have to pay, I think, through the market. So basically, you can just scoop off HBD from the Hive HBD market. It's the internal market, or you can buy them on the exchanges and move them back to your Hive wallet. Or you can get more Hive-backed dollars by locking up Hive-backed dollars. It's the savings mechanism of Hive. In conclusion, what do these tokens have in common? Well, besides that these tokens all operate on the Hive blockchain, and all three of them have properties such as low transaction fees, which are basically zero if you don't count out the resource credits that are being used to make transactions. It has a fast confirmation time, 1.8 seconds on average, and they are all decentralized, meaning there's no team controlling a big stake, right? Or individual. Hive's protocol offers low-cost, fast, feeless transactions and focuses on community-driven decision-making governance, which makes Hive one of the biggest blockchains to offer true decentralization to all of its users and builders. This is mostly done by democracy or by coin voting or by staking up more governance tokens. It is low cost, feeless, fast transactions, and it is decentralized, in my opinion. So now we know about Hive, Hive Power, and HBD. So let's dive a little bit more into Hive-backed dollar savings, because this is the case study which is more about this. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the savings. So now that we know the properties of those three Hive tokens on the blockchain, we need to investigate more about the HBD savings feature of the Hive blockchain. So what is Hive-backed dollar savings? Hive-backed dollar savings is a feature on the Hive blockchain that allows users to earn interest on their HBD holdings. This is how we market it, but in the technology is basically you're minting new HBD. All right, this is a big, well, it's a slight difference, all right? So this means like when you deposit HBD into a savings account, which is basically part of your global Hive account, you're essentially lending your HBD to the network, and in return, you earn interest on your deposit. The interest rate on HBD savings is determined by the network's inflation rate, which is set by the community, block validators, or we call them witnesses. This is all done through a process of decentralized governance. So right now we have an APR of 20%, which is high. I can see it going higher, but I also can see it goes lower. It doesn't matter because it's all community decided for. It only depends on what witness you vote for as a stakeholder. And everybody is a stakeholder on Hive, even if you're tiny. So HBD savings accounts, they are similar to the traditional savings accounts in that they allow users to earn interest on their deposits, but they do have some key differences as well. For example, HBD savings accounts are completely decentralized. People are totally in control over their own assets, all right? And this is all done on the Hive blockchain. There's no external wallet that you need or an external exchange that you need to rely on or trust your assets with. So this means that they are not subject to the same regulations and oversight as traditional saving accounts. Additionally, because HBD savings accounts are on the blockchain, users can easily access and manage their accounts from anywhere in the world, 24/7, 365 days in and out. All transactions are fast, secure, and transparent, which means every transaction is being registered on the ledger of Hive, the blockchain explorer. Users can deposit or withdraw HBD from the savings account at any given time, although withdrawal may take 3.5 days to be fully processed. It's 3.5 days, I think. Not sure about the 3 days, but I think it was 3.5 days. This mechanic is to prevent abuse and market manipulation. Conclusion: savings. Savings can become rewarding in a way to earn interest on your HBD, while at the same time it helps Hive's ecosystem, as this is one of the 4 ways to mint more HBD. On top of this, the more people that lock up value in the tokens in the ecosystem, the less sell pressure will be available, because there will be less HBD available to sell. Right? So with 20% APR, it's always 1/5 of the total value that could potentially lead to the sell pressure, plus circulating supply. The interest rate is determined and set by the community. The interest rate may vary. It's completely decentralized, and there's a 3-day, 3.5-day withdrawal. I think it was a 3-day, by the way. 3.5 days are for conversions from Hive to HBD, but that's a different topic. So what benefits does Hive Power bring to Hive? So Hive Power is different than the HBD savings. So let's see what we need to know about Hive Power, because that's locked up as well, right? So the main features have been introduced, and we have discussed them. I want to take a look at the benefits of Hive Power. What exactly does Hive Power, and what does it allow us to do on the platform? So one of the biggest things is governance. All right, so you have the ability to vote for witnesses, block validators, proposals, DAO proposals, and changes to the network that determine the course of the future of the blockchain. It's pretty big, right? And we all have a say, even if it's a small say. Such changes are mostly approved by the top 20 witnesses, as they have been chosen by the majority of the community, which means you and me as top witnesses. Furthermore, Hive Power holders are encouraged to use their Hive Power to fight, prevent, and abuse and spam made by malicious users on the network. Influence. Everybody loves influence. Well, not everybody, but some people do. So with Hive Power, you instantly get a share of the influence of the network. Whether this is a lot or a little, your influence is mirrored as in your Hive Power. The more Hive Power you hold, the more say you have. So the more the vote counts in the community decision-making process. Whereas the majority sees the vote as a value-driven vote, where in fact the amount of Hive Power determines how much you can distribute of the daily reward pool. Right? So there's a small difference in this. You just have a share of say, and that's weighted by the amount of Hive Power that you hold. 3, you can earn rewards. So Hive's blockchain is mostly known for its track record in distributing Hive rewards. As mentioned above, all Hive rewards are distributed through community-made decisions. But there's also an APR on holding Hive Power, right? So, oh shit, I already said this. So there's curation rewards, which basically means it depends on the activity that you make in the network by finding content that is valuable, or finding people that you can connect with and that you can reward. And there's holding rewards, which is right now 3% APR, around-ish, right? Another benefit is resource credits, which is kind of new-ish. And resource credits makes it possible to transact on the network and perform certain actions. These actions are paid in resource credits. So while transactions are free of charge, they're not entirely free of usage. So you would need a little bit of Hive Power in order to get some resource credits so you can make some transactions on the blockchain. The reason for this is to prevent spam, to prevent bots from making too many transactions on the blockchain. So this basically means that you prove that you're a real person by stocking up some Hive Power, because in return you get some resource credits to make some transactions on the blockchain. Store of value. So Hive Power is tied to the overall growth of the entire Hive ecosystem. Hive/Hive Power could also be become deflationary conversions, which will eventually cause a decrease in the total maximum supply of Hive, potentially resulting in an increase of value in the remaining tokens. This is not going to happen anytime soon, but it has the potential. It has the probability. All right, so I needed to say this. There's delegation. Delegation is one of this is one of the most underrated things. Oh, I'm writing this. I'm not even reading this, but in my opinion, I think this is one of the most underrated aspects of Hive power. In my opinion, and this is the whole reason why I got into the Hive back dollar savings delegation case. So the ability to delegate Hive power to another account without losing control over your power, over your assets, I think this is so innovative. It's very powerful. Distributing value over the network without risking to losing it is, for me, mind-blowing. Because if I have $100 worth of Hive power, and this gives me 3% APR, I still get the 3% APR on my tokens. But as I distribute this and delegate this to another person, I can monetize this delegation and I can help other people that are in need of this. For example, let's say, hey, you are a valuable member of this community. I see you do a lot of things for the community, but I see you're getting underpaid for your efforts. Let me delegate a small amount of my own power to you because I value for who you are. Without losing or risking my own money, I can give you more power and governance for the decision making. This is for myself, by the way, but in distributing rewards as well. I think this is really interesting, especially the part of that I don't have risk in losing my money other than the general risk that I always expose myself to. This goes with traditional markets as well. If I store my money in a bank, who says the bank is not getting robbed, right? Who says the entire internet is not getting fucking destroyed and I lose access to my money or whatever, even if it's for a brief amount of time? The conclusion, the benefits of Hive power. Most benefits of Hive power are related to the governance of and transacting on the network. Holding Hive power is a must if you want to participate in the network. How much you participate depends on, well, usually it depends on how much Hive power you have. So Hive power is governance and participation focused. Holding Hive power yields a small passive increase of Hive power. Voting for witnesses, block validators is important. It's very important because those people are making the magic happen. Without resource credits, you cannot transact on the network, and you can delegate Hive power to another user without risking losing it. So now is the big question. How can we innovate? How can we innovate on this already innovative tech that no one has heard about? All right, so how can we innovate? While a blockchain protocol like Hive has been around for years and has proven to be capable of enduring harsh bear markets, we are in the middle of one right now. Hopefully we're going to crawl out of one right now as well as we speak. It may be simple to say that something is missing. Well, nothing is missing. It has actually proven itself to withstand bad weather. However, it's always good to be able to innovate, especially in bear markets, in my opinion. So how can we innovate? Now that we have fully devoured the current technical aspects of all tokens on Hive and the feature of Hive power, we learn that delegation is maybe one of the most powerful mechanisms that Hive has to offer. While Hive power makes it possible to transact on the blockchain, it is very participation orientated and governance focused. You can do a lot of governance making decisions with it. Liquid Hive tokens are more or less used for selling or used to swap Hive power, or swap it for Hive power or HBD. while Hive-backed dollars are only used to sell for another crypto, buy products with, or place into a HBD savings account to mint new Hive-backed dollars over time. Or they can be switched or swapped for Hive. While Hive Power holds properties to participate in the Hive blockchain in terms of governance and transacting in the network, I feel that utility for HBD is somewhat limited and underwhelmed. Here the question arises and we start to see a potential option for growth for Hive's ecosystem. If delegating locked Hive power mainly focused on governance and transacting in the network, then delegating locked Hive-backed dollars could focus on ... So I'm quite sure we can find plenty of use cases for this potential feature. Most use cases are quite technical or require financial expertise, and this eliminates the majority of Hive's potential user base and eventually the main target audience. This is the question I am hoping to answer with this case study. So since this feature doesn't exist on the Hive blockchain, the following research and studies are all theoretical. But I'm quite sure that the development of such a feature is a heavy weight for developers with many technical challenges. But this is the pie, guys. This is the pie. Introducing delegated locked Hive-backed dollars. Delegated locked Hive-backed dollars is a feature that allows users to delegate HBD that is locked in a savings account to another account. This allows the delegated account to claim newly minted HBD. By delegating locked HBD, users benefit by having the newly minted HBD become claimable by the delegated account without sending or lending out actual HBD. All right. Basically, in a nutshell, because this I realize this might be a little bit too technical. Let's say I have locked my HBD in my account, and I see that someone is offering something that I want, and he or she charges $5 a month for this. So basically, I would say like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna delegate 300 HBD that I locked up in my savings account and set the claim rate of these newly minted HBD to that account, which basically means that that account can claim 5 HBD every month on my behalf because I am the one who locked it up. So why would someone want to do this? Why is a fair question and one that can be answered quite easily. Oh shit, really? Did I really said this? However, to be able to answer this question thoroughly, a better understanding of Hive, Hive power, and HBD is required. In the above sections, we talked about the benefits of the 3 existing tokens on the Hive blockchain for users, while delegated locked Hive-backed dollars bring benefits in theory for users, and could be used as a bridge to bring more utility for HBD. But what benefits would it bring or should it bring to the Hive ecosystem? If we were to disrupt the financial system, we might as well do it with a big bang. First things first, we first have to understand the benefits of locking HBD for the Hive blockchain and how it impacts Hive's ecosystem. What is the benefit of locking Hive-backed dollars for Hive? So this is about putting HBD in savings, right? So this is not about the delegating part. So locking up HBD provides more benefits for Hive than the current 20% APR. If more HBD is locked up, we can also see a growth in the total value locked, which brings great benefits to the ecosystem of Hive. But what else? These benefits are important aspects and properties that apply to the feature of being able to delegate locked HBD. So first of all, it also one of the benefits is also stability. So removing existing HBD from circulation can help stabilize the HBD because there will be less sell pressure. When circulating supply becomes more limited, it can make HBD also more valuable, which helps to stabilize the price because of our returnal proposal, I think. It would also mean that there will be an increased demand in Hive. So users need HBD to be able to purchase Hive on the internal market. To generate more HBD, users either have to actively participate in the network by blogging or commenting on to earn HBD, like the 50% of the 50% of the rewards, or they can lock up HBD in a savings account. Trading HBD for Hive on the internal Hive market drives up demand for Hive, and it can potentially cause Hive's price to go up. More conversion. So when HBD is locked up in savings on the Hive blockchain, the newly minted HBD can be converted to Hive at a fixed exchange rate after unlocking them. This unlocking process takes 3.5 days, Ruben. The 3.5 day conversion process can be used to increase the amount of Hive in circulation, which in turn could potentially drive up the demand for Hive. It would also increase the haircut thing. I don't know the word in English. Overall, it would benefit the Hive ecosystem. Another way to see a benefit of it is like we can grow a culture of savings. So growing a culture of savings on the Hive blockchain is a sign for Hive to become a more mature blockchain. Promoting such a culture attracts developers, a new type of investor, and attract users in general. On top of this, I want to say this once more. If the APR is 20%, which means that only 1/5 of the total locked up Hive can be distributed as more HBD. 1/5. And that's with a high APR of 20%. If it's 10%, it's only 1/10, right? Let that sink in. All right. So as we grow a culture of savings, we can rely on the fact that APR will lower because more people are jumping in. So to protect our ecosystem, we need to lower the APR in the long term, right? So it can only be better. It can also increase liquidity. So while locking up HBD might not be directly responsible for increasing liquidity, minting those new HBD can increase the total supply of HBD in circulation over time, right? So every $60 locked up in Hive savings will give you 1 extra HBD every month. So there will be $1 going into circulation every month for every $60 being locked up. All right, the conclusion. So let's just do the bullet points, right? It could bring Hive more HBD stabilization. Not Hive token, but Hive's ecosystem. It could also create a culture of savings, which leads to a more mature blockchain. It could bring Hive to a more mature blockchain, which attracts also new type of users. Investors, blah, 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 developers, businesses, especially businesses. More about this later. Currently, there's very little utility for HBD, so why not? Why not? It's a great opportunity to research more about HBD and HBD savings. However, this finally allows me to explain a little bit more about how the theoretical delegated locked Hive backed dollars can bring even more value to our ecosystem. It is very disruptive, in my opinion, right? In my humble opinion. So now that we understand what the benefits are of the most important tokens and features of the Hive blockchain, we understand that creating use cases for these tokens is important for our ecosystem as they contribute to stability, liquidity, value, governance, and overall transacting on Hive, as well as the retention rate. Because if there's no utility, what makes people use them? Why would people still use the tokens if there's no utility? But if there's more utility, people will remain to use them. So Hive, for me, is clearly a blockchain that is meant to be built upon. Anyone can build on top of this. And by doing so, we can further decentralize data and other applications. For me, it is perfect. This is also very different from traditional data sharing that we are used to. I also don't think that traditional financial use cases are meant to be working for Hive. I'm not saying that they won't work, because they would. I'm thinking more about an out-of-the-box solution that can disrupt the way how we save, spend, and share value. Because currently we still see $1. Well, I mean, like, we see Bitcoin's value in dollars. We need to step away from this. We need to move away from the dollar evaluation of coins. We need to evaluate the coins as for they are. Like, one Hive is one Hive. Dot. That's it. Not 30 cents currently. So the traditional use cases would be like, well, find more merchants to accept HBD. That's giving more utility, right? Yeah, true, fair enough. Adding more liquidity pools. Sure, why not? DeFi, use HBD as collateral for the lending borrowing mechanism. So all these traditional use cases for stablecoins require a decent amount of technical knowledge for users to be able to participate. For example, I don't know how to accept HBD other than, hey, send me some HBD for my work, but there's no way that I can do this trustless yet, as of yet. Liquidity pools, well, I know how to make I don't even know how to make a liquidity pool, but I do know how to participate in one. So use HBD as collateral for the lending borrowing mechanism. You do need some financial information, education about the risks on what is going to happen if you participate in such a thing. If you don't know this, and I think 80% of the people don't know this, some of them, they just do something. They do try to participate, but in the end, they don't really know what they are doing. So we want to limit these risks, because risk leads to potential pain, it leads to regret, it leads to negative thoughts. And with negative thoughts and energy, we can only reflect in a bad or in a not happy way towards Hive. So we need to find some more positive, less risky solutions and utility for Hive that anyone can use. Innovation. When I think about the traditional use cases, I'm eager to be willing to know more about this. But I also remember how innovative and groundbreaking Bitcoin became. How it solved real-world problems. What good would it do to copy-paste similar techniques and methods that are mostly seen in traditional finance? Oh, this was a question. Like, yeah, what would it do if we just copy-paste traditional finance mechanisms? How would it empower the vision of Bitcoin to shake the world and free it of its financial change? It's honest, trustless, low cost, and high scalability opportunities. For me, Hive is the place to introduce next-gen innovation. We have a reputation system, we already know how to delegate assets from one account to another, and our transactions are feeless in terms of Hive and are paid with regenerating resource credits. So let's add that delegation feature also to locked HBD that are minting new HBD every day. Whew. It's a long one, isn't it? Jesus. The benefits of delegated locked Hive-backed dollars. That's a word, that's a mouthful, man. That's what she said. A delegation feature for locked HBD savings could provide a range of benefits for the Hive ecosystem. It allows users to delegate their locked HBD savings to other accounts. This way, the delegatee have access to incoming liquidity and is being supported in a trustless way by community members. The use cases for this simple concept can spread wide real quick. And this is something special. A good note here is that users first have to purchase and lock HBD in their account to be able to delegate these locked assets. While acquiring more HBD already benefits Hive's ecosystem, delegating these HBD would result in even more benefits for the entire Hive ecosystem. Let's check them out. So we have a deeper network stabilizing. Deeper network stabilizing? Stabilization. A delegation feature for HBD in savings could increase the demand for HBD. It could also potentially lead to being locked up for a longer period. which could help to stabilize the overall value of the HBD token, $1. On another note, a delegation system could also help with Hive's adoption. And overall, this could all lead to an increase in the number of active users and authentic transactions on the network, which then could further stabilize the overall value of HBD. Does it make sense? For me, it makes sense. Community building. Users can choose who to delegate to, whether it be another user that is in need, a professional content creator, or a curation project. Or any business, guys, any business. We can attract businesses here. Having a delegation and employees, by the way, and businesses and their employees, right? This is huge. Having a delegation feature would only mean an increase in community building. Think about content creators, curation projects, decentralized apps, blockchain games, charity projects, freelancers, basically anything and anybody that we share interest with. And due to the reputation score, it's easier to trust people and start building relationships with each other and make them stronger. Flexibility. With a locked HBD delegation feature, users will enjoy more flexibility in the network because there's another utility for HBD. People can choose to use it or not. By accessing liquidity, supporting projects, and so on, have just become a complete new playing field. Oh yeah, so they just have become a new playing field. And vice versa, users can give back real-world value and provide product services when another user delegates locked HBD to them. This is insane for me, right? Imagine we are able to do this. Like, let's say, hey guys, I'm offering a service where I send you a postcard every month. It will only, of my artwork or of my photography, it will only cost you a delegation of 60 HBD a month. Well, let's say 300 HBD a month, and I will send you a postcard every month of my artwork. This is huge. Like, what? How have we not done this yet? Diversification. This feature also allows for more options for diversifying investments and exposure to different projects, initiatives, or use cases. Additionally, businesses could adopt this feature and offer subscription-based products or accept HBD as payment, which could lead to an increase in the use cases and overall utility of HBD, and thus an increase of demand for the token. So businesses could adopt this feature and offer subscription-based products while they accept HBD as payment as well. So this is basically what I was saying. Like, imagine Netflix or HBO. $5 a month equals $300 delegation that I can't risk to lose as a user. As a user, I won't be able to lose it because I'm delegating it. I'm still in control over my 300 HBD, which equals I only have to secure and guarantee that I am in the possession of 300 HBD to be able to use a service that I want to use. If I don't want to use it, I stop using it. And this is so much more fair because if, for example, HBO, they charges you $5 a month, for example. The reason why they charge you this is because you are downloading their data. And data online, like buffering or sending back and forth, takes amount of money. It takes resources. It costs money besides the money that you would have paid for watching a movie. So HBO takes the responsibility of storing all those movies on one data center or more where people can download them from. And this is what you pay for. And because they have interesting movies, they can lower the amount of money they charge for you, right? So imagine when we think about what we pay for, it is the data transfer. That's what costs resources and money. That's the only thing that's constant. What happens with the time that I pay for these services, that I don't use HBO, that I don't transfer data? Why am I still paying for this? Why? How is this logic, right? So this is like pinpointing, like in the min-maxing situation for these kind of things. But if HBO's like accepting, like, hey, we will accept 300 HBD delegation, if you did this, you get access. If I delegate $299.99, I don't get access, right? So I can use and I stop using it. And if you're a min-maxi, like me with games, I could potentially do a $300 delegation to HBO, watch a movie, undelegate after I'm done, right? Because I gain access when I delegate and I lose access when I undelegate, which basically means that I can only that I have the power, that I have the option to be able to pay for what I use. So it also use more awareness for resources, right? For me, this is big because it will open up a lot of other things as well with this logic. For example, I am a freelancer, but I'm looking for work. I want to work at a company that is healthy and that can give me security and certainty. Stability, security, and certainty. Those are the three main things that I want from a job, right? So, right now, in the normal world, in the world that we see today, we have to trust our we have to trust our employer that the company is healthy, being able to provide us security and safety and certainty by paying my salary every month, right? Or every week. I have to trust all of these things blindly without coming in rude as like, hey, how much assets do you have? Imagine I charge $2,000 a month for my salary, which equals $24,000 a year, and with an APR of 20%, I would cost the employer $120,000 locked up in HBD, delegated towards me. So for the work that I do, I should at least bring in 100K a year for the employer. But in the worst case scenario, I'm not doing anything, and I would work there for 5 years. I would be a free employer for my employee, because if I worked 5 years and the guy would have paid me $24,000, it would cost him $120,000, right? But in this scenario, after 5 years, he has been delegating me $120,000, which he still has control over, and I have been paid equally in those 5 years, right? So he got 120K and I got 120K over 5 years. Do you know what this means? Because in the 5th year, well, the 6th year, when the 6th year of work employment starts, I'm working completely for free. This also has an impact on the work industry environment. Because right now, people are getting hired for 6 months, let go, find another job, get an extension, at least here in the Netherlands. So there's a lot of roulette going on. Imagine you have this option and then you can see employees as investments again. So it's an investment to have this person in my company, because after 5 years, I have a free employee, right? So this is, for me, is huge, because businesses, they can benefit from this in the long term, while at the same time employees, god damn it, I'm a freelancer, so sorry, I'm not used to this. So employees, they also benefit because they see how healthy the company is that they are gonna work for. So there's some sort of guarantee that they will have work and that they will get paid. And even if they don't deliver, there's also, of course, the risk of getting their delegation returned. So they instantly know as well, like, oh shit, I'm not getting paid. So it puts power in both hands, I guess, right? So there's some things that we can think about in the future. But for me, having this option is insane if we think about it from this perspective. All right, let's continue. Collateral. The delegation feature for locked HBD could also be used as collateral for lending. Users could delegate a portion of their locked HBD savings directly as collateral for a service, as mentioned above. This feature will be similar to getting a mortgage at the bank, which would allow the lender to verify that the user can repay the loan. You see? Also another one. Damn. All right, so there's a note here. Please do not limit yourself by only these described benefits as how they are. The simple concept remains the same. What we do with it is a whole other thing. These are the 5 benefits that I could think of that are rather important for Hive users and Hive's ecosystem. Current, right? But we progress. We move on. We grow as a team, as a community, as a blockchain, as a protocol. All right, so use cases for delegated locked Hive-backed dollars. Attracting new users, investors, and developers to Hive is an ongoing and never-ending process. To do so, we need to offer out-of-the-box innovative solutions. With this feature, it is possible to encourage entrepreneurship on Hive and attract more businesses to Hive. At the same time, this feature focuses on community building and community interaction. Oh yeah, there's so much to talk about, guys. 1. Subscription-based products and services. Well, I only touched down upon this, so I'm just going to do some samples. Streaming services such as Netflix or YouTube Red. Gaming subscriptions for online multiplayer games. Newsletters or other digital publications. Exclusive content or access to online communities. Small businesses offering recurring access to exclusive products or services. So while this could be like a layer 1 solution for Hive and Hive-backed dollars use case or utility, the services provided could be built on layer 2 or layer 3 or whatever. It's the reputation or trust that you put into someone. All right, charity. The future of delegated locked HBD can also be used for charitable causes, both on and small and large scale. By allowing users to delegate a portion of their locked HBD savings to a charity project, the Hive community can come together to support various causes and really change the world for the better. So this is a huge thing. So 2 weeks ago, we went to TechX and we were talking about water wells being built in Ghana by Max Samuel. A great guy, great concept, of course. And I was thinking about okay, how can we do this every month, right? So it came down about about $10,000 that you need to have for a water borehole, right? So it basically means that you need $120K every year if you want to build a borehole water well every month. So a total investment in locked HBD would require $600,000, right? It's always times 5, by the way. So 120 times 5 is $600,000. This is what you need. Imagine you could do this without losing your $600K investment. Imagine being part of this. Imagine being able to micro loan someone something and get your money back. It's mind-blowing for me, right? You might think, well, we can still do this at the same time, and I can decide when I do this. So when I make an agreement with someone or I do something on a trustless basis, I want to make my transactions trustless as well. I don't want to risk my own ego or my own self that hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. Getting back on my word and not do anything on the chain anymore that can harm my reputation. At least it will be on the track records that I did something, right? That's one other benefit of doing this. So, for example, community members can contribute to building a well in a developing community. Users can delegate their locked HBD savings to support other community members in need, such as helping to pay for groceries for a family member in need, for example, or healthcare, or paying the rent, or education for someone. Anything, Support community-driven charity projects, such as providing education for children in underprivileged areas, or large-scale disaster relief efforts. For example, Blind Spot. I know he's doing a lot of things for Ukrainian refugees who are currently in Holland. He's doing a lot of things, and he's relying on the government subsidies, I think, and this is not much. And I think maybe there's no funds at all. So imagine I see him as a valued community member of Hive, and I see what he's going through himself, and on top of this, what he's doing to other members, what he's doing for other people, members of his community, the Ukrainian refugees community, right? Imagine I can send him a delegation of Hive-backed dollars without further notice. Even if he doesn't want to accept it, he still has to accept help. Well, not per se help, but some funds that allows him to assist him. Whether I trust him or not doesn't really matter, because I have already done so and I've seen so. And he can still change my mind by not doing anything, and it's so simple. I will just undelegate without losing my own investment or assets, however you want to call it. All right. Let's skip this. Additional support for Hive projects. Oh yeah, this is also a very good one, actually. I remember. I remember this. So delegating locked HBD savings can be used to support various projects on the Hive platform. This feature can assist in keeping small projects alive and also help sustain big community projects. And it could also help small projects to grow into bigger community projects as well. By using locked HBD savings to support projects, it can reduce the pressure on the DHF to provide funding, allowing for the DHF to grow and also the community, because it's more like coming from the community and not from the DHF anymore. Additionally, this feature can help reduce the amount of HBD requested for payouts in proposals, making it less stressful for both the DHF and the people who are proposing it. This could potentially also help to measure the DHF and its proposals. So, for example, we could assist curation projects for paying out the curators, right? We could also delegate some portion of our HBD to dApps to pay for the network fees and to make it more sustainable, or to help them build up a treasury to pay out rewards to the people. Kickstarter like crowdfunding initiatives. So we can do like Kickstarters, community building initiatives such as meetups or events. And another another thing is Web3 employment. The delegation of locked HBD savings can be used as a form of collateral for Web3 employment opportunities. Employers can delegate so this is basically what I said in the beginning. So I don't have to do this. Explain this. This was the employer and employee thing, right? Examples, it's like remote and decentralized job opportunities, freelancing, part-time Web3 jobs, temporary Web3 jobs, I think I meant full-time, and gig opportunities, one-time gigs, right? So, conclusion, benefits and use cases. Having such a feature available on the Hive blockchain could potentially offer gigantic growth and attract many new users who can start building a business on top of Hive. With the native cryptocurrencies like Hive and Hive Power taking care of governance, delegating locked HBD could be an extraordinary utility and lead to substantial growth in Hive's DeFi market share. Perhaps a small benefit, but for security, users can create an additional cold wallet on Hive and delegate to themselves. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this a little bit as well. So you can have a cold wallet where you don't make any transactions, but you do get the benefit of being able to claim your HBD that is minted. So the feasibility is more for the developers. The impact on the Hive ecosystem. Well, I think I kind of explained this along the way. The risk and oh my god, I hate this word. Mitigation. God damn it, I ripped it anyway. So yeah, technical risk, lack of adoption, and some security risks. So let's talk about security risks. Like hackers gaining access to the system and stealing locked HBD savings from users. Well, there's everywhere. This is one of the most general risks that anything on Earth has to deal with. A vulnerability in the code that could be exploited to allow malicious actors to create fake accounts or duplicate transactions. I don't see this happen, but you never know. This also raises the concerns about making sure the code is law and that there's no exploit in there. Weaknesses in the code that could be exploited to steal funds, same here. Insufficient security measures to protect against DDoS attacks or other types of network disruptions that could disrupt the normal functioning of the system. All right, so this is for me more for the developers. The development needs to be done precisely, not rushed. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, taxation. Like one potential risk related to taxation is that users may not be aware of the tax implications of delegating their locked HBD savings. Yeah, this is one thing. For example, if users delegate their savings to an account in a different jurisdiction, they may be subject to different tax laws and regulations. This could result in unwanted tax liabilities for the users and could be the deterrent to the adoption of the feature. This is one thing. Oh shit, sorry. This is one thing, right? So another potential risk is that the platform or the service providers may not be able to provide accurate tax information for the users, which could lead to compliance issues and fines. Additionally, if the feature is not designed properly, it could also lead to liquidity problems for users who have delegated their locked HBD savings. This could make it difficult for them to access their funds when they need them and could lead to potential tax issues. It is important to note that this is a complex topic and it's always recommended to seek professional advice when it comes to taxes. Yes. All right. So for me, my tax system, I'm from the Netherlands, so I get taxed like on tax. I have to pay tax on taxes, So this may not work as in the same way. It can also work in, I mean, like, where you are, where you want to go. So you need to find professional advice when it comes down to paying your taxes. Holland is kind of okay-ish when it comes down to dividend taxes from cryptocurrencies. It's like 5% on a yearly basis, which is nothing, right? So if I move my funds to an account, lose access to it, and delegate to my own account, I have to pay 5% of dividend tax if it's higher than 50K. All right. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about and refresh my own memory about the HBD saving delegation feature. Wanted to record a little bit about this to see how you guys respond to this, what you think about this, and if developers or community leaders who hear this audio video clip, if they are able to think about this as well. Now that I've shared a little bit more thoughts about this, I think this is still a great idea, even though I've written it myself, of course. But I think this is really one step into the future of not only traditional finance, because it will disrupt traditional finance. it would be a completely new way of doing business with people, but also opening up new projects potential. Like for me, I think this is pretty interesting if we would have this. And the concept is pretty simple, right? It's just being able to delegate, well, to make the claim, to make an X amount of HBD that I locked up, make it claimable by another account. Of course, there's a lot of more technical things going under the hood by developing such a feature, like the technical challenges that developers have to overcome. But in the end, if such feature would exist on the core code of Hive, I honestly think that a lot more people are getting attracted by Hive because now you can create different platforms on top of Hive. Currently, we see Hive as a social media platform, but in the end, it's just a text-based protocol rendering out text-based information. We can develop WhatsApp, for example. Like we can use the encrypted memo key to send messages to each other. We we can make newsletters, make them encrypted and say like, hey, if you delegate this much, I will share the key with you, memo key, so you have access to this. But only if this amount equals that amount, then access, yes, it's true. Otherwise, access is set to false. So no, there's no access granted to you. I think this is something to think about and at least implement before someone else does. And I think Hive is the perfect place to do this. All right, guys. So let me hear what your thoughts about this topic is, about this case study. I will drop a link down below in the in the blog or in the wherever I'm gonna share this. Yeah, have a good one. Thanks for listening. Yeah, so Ruben out. Has been a while. Not in the best spot currently in my private life, but you probably noticed this because my lack of postings decreased significant. But I hopefully will return when my state of mind is in a better place and when I have arranged my life a little bit better. All right. Take care, guys. Ruben out. Cheers.